Hello, everybody. I just wanted to send out another video talking about facilities management. I did a video last week talking about outsourced facilities management for specifically to my sisters and brothers in the military who are getting ready to transition out in their career exploration mode. They're just trying to figure out what they want to do post military. And that video that I sent out last week actually got a lot of views, and I had a lot of good feedback through messaging and so on and so forth. And there was also some questions. So I wanted to kind of continue the video series, if you will, and talk a little bit more about facilities management and some of those soft skills that will prove to be beneficial for anybody who wants to enter this industry. So one thing I'm always say when we talk about facilities management is this is a service industry. It is a customer service industry. In everything that we do, we are serving others. So I cannot stress enough that you have to be a people person. I've had some people reach out to me saying, "Hey, I don't come from the trades. I don't really have a technical background. Does that preclude me from a career in facilities management?" I can say unequivocally, no. You do not have to come from the trades to be a facilities manager. And in all honesty, a lot of facility managers come from all types of different career paths. Many come out of college with finance degrees, business degrees, and they enter the world of facilities management. Again, yes, sometimes those trades knowledge comes in handy. I personally did come from the trades. It does come in handy at times, I will admit, but ultimately, like I said in the beginning, this is a customer service oriented profession. So you really just have to be good with people and relationship building and just really just dealing with people. That's 85 to 90% of the job of a facility manager is just managing relationships, either those vendor relationships, your on-site maintenance team, or the customers that we serve. Now, one thing I will say to my sisters and brothers from the U.S. military. So I could say that for the most part, most of our military installations and buildings, they're not necessarily what we would consider Class A facilities, right? They are not what a typical a large corporate company's facility would be. And one thing that I will I will admit, when I first entered facilities management as a civilian, I was kind of frustrated sometimes and just taken back at some of the employee complaints that would come across my desk or through email, because I would think back to my Navy CB days, and those times when I was sleeping on a cot, or maybe we didn't have air conditioning for a couple of days because I don't know, the contractor was slow to respond and repair the air conditioning unit, or so on and so forth. And we kind of just dealt with it, right? We're in the military, and we never really thought twice about it. We just, hey, it's par for the course, and it is what it is. So I will admit that it was a little bit of a tough pill for me to swallow at the very beginning when I first retired from the military and I entered into my first facilities management job. At some of the complaints, right, that would come across my desk saying, I need this done for me, or would you like, can you do this? Can you do that? So I'm just going to say, kind of tongue in cheek to my sisters and brothers, that there will be times that you're going to get some complaints across your desk that you're going to kind of like think back to your military days, and you're just going to be like, really, really, you're complaining to me about this? There's more important things. But in all honesty, though, it's about the workplace experience. That's what we support as facility managers. And now that there's this big push with hybrid work and remote work, and what's it going to take to get our employees back to the buildings, the workplace experience is front and center. And it was important prior to COVID, but it's really become very important post COVID, as companies are now starting to tell their employees, we need you to come back to the offices. Many employees, rightfully so, if you wish, are choosing to say, you know what, why do I want to come back to the building? I'm fine working from my home. I'm fine working remote. Why do I need to come back to the building? So as a facilities manager, we are on the front lines there to kind of think about our buildings and think about what amenities can we bring into these buildings to attract the employees to return to office. So again, those soft skills is what's going to really propel you in this career. Being able to work with people and develop those relationships with vendors, with your fellow peers, with your maintenance team, and then all the people that work in that building. As a facility manager, you will pretty much talk to just about almost everybody in a building at one point of time or another. At any given time, somebody's going to have an issue, and they're going to pick up the phone and say, hey, I need this repaired or that repaired. So it gives you a lot of exposure into a lot of different business units within a company, which is awesome because you gain more understanding of the company itself. So soft skills, people. This is a service-oriented industry, and I actually will say it's a hospitality industry. All of us that work in facilities are in the hospitality industry, regardless if we're managing hotels or hospitals or if we're managing office buildings. It doesn't matter anymore. We are all in the hospitality business, so you have to have a hospitality mindset to really do well as a facility manager. Again, I'm Randy Nisnik. If you have any questions about facilities management, the career, and what you can do to enter it, please feel free to reach out to me here on LinkedIn. Send me a message, reply in the chat below, whatever you're most comfortable with, and we can jump on a call and have that conversation. All right, y'all have a great day. Thank you.